Hello everyone, welcome to Architect Talks. So in this video, I will explain set variable in Azure Data Factory. So the set variable is used to set the value for the existing variable of any type like string, boolean or array. So these are the types that have given in the Azure Data Factory. And also we can set the variables in the form of literals, also in dynamic expressions, and we can use functions and system variables. We can also set the value using other activity outputs. Okay, let me go to the paint and show you a simple example for the set variable. You can see here, right? So I have get metadata as a first activity to get the last modified data of one particular file in the blob storage. So what I'm going to do is I'll get the last modified data of particular file and I will pass that last modified data timestamp to the set variable. In that set variable, it will store the last modified date. So from that, another set variable is there. So the output of set variable to the store last modified will be going to the set variable to store year. So in this one, I am going to hold the year of the last modified date. So then after I'll be passing that year to the if condition to check whether the year is greater than the required year. Let's say the year of the last modified date is 2023 and I will be checking from 2020. So if just for condition purpose, I will be using wait activity to check for condition true or false. Here the main thing we need to observe is how we are using the set variable, how we are setting the values to the set variables and how we are passing the values from the output of the activities. Okay, let me go to the Azure Data Factory. Okay, so let me create one pipeline. So the pipeline name is set variable pipeline. Okay, close this one. And first we have to get metadata. So just name this metadata and go to the settings here. And we need to create one data set, that is ADLS Gen2, continue and then delimit text file. Let's name this metadata dataset. Okay, and then we have already linked service. I'll be selecting that and just select directly the file name. Go to the landing area, just select this if false file. Okay, and then connection. Okay, now we have to select the field list. So we are going to select the last modified date, right? So there is a last modified date, last modified variable will be there. We need to select this one and that is okay. And now we have to get the set variable. Okay, just try to connect the set variable, get metadata to the set variable. Go to the settings. If you drop down this right, you will not see anything here. So for the set variable, we need to declare a variable in the pipeline level. So if you click on the canvas, right, so you can see the 4 parameters, variable, settings and output. Just click on the variables and create new one. This is last modified date. So this variable will hold the last modified date from the get metadata. And this is a string. And just leave like this and go to the set variable. If you drop down the name, right, you can see the last modified date. Now if you go to the value and click on add dynamic content and click on the variables, no, not variables, if you see here, right, the get metadata outputs are all these. So we need last modified, so get metadata last modified, just select this one and that is okay, fine. And now what we have to do is, as per the diagram, right, so we have set the get metadata and set variable, and we are having another set variable to store the year. So we are going to get the year from this timestamp, and I'll be using another set variable. Okay, I will name this one as set variable for timestamp, and this one for set variable for year. Okay, so just try to connect this one with this one. Okay, and click on settings. If you drop down here, right, so last modified date is there. Okay, just select this one. We will face one error. I'll show you what is that error. And add enemy content. If you go to the variables, right, so the last modified date is there. If you select this one, right, you will throw an error called self-reference is not possible. The expression contains self-referencing variable. A variable cannot reference itself in the expression, means you cannot refer the variable which is already existing. So what we have to do is we have to create another variable. If you go to this Azure document, right, from the Microsoft, you can see here, right, in a set variable activity you cannot reference the variable being set in the field value field. So it is no self-referencing. So self-referencing is not possible. So what we have to do is we have to create another variable. Just click on here and create another variable called year and make this as a string. We can also have so the data types are string, boolean, array, and integer. So this integer has recently added. Earlier there is only string, boolean, and array. We can have a string or integer, but later on we have to convert that to integer because we are comparing at if condition. Okay, so go to the set variable, and if you drop down the name, right, you can see here. Just select that year and go to the add value for the dynamic content. Click on the variables here and click on the last modified date. Okay, so this last modified date, we need to have only the year, right? So what we have to do is we have to use substring of variables, comma. So we have to get first 4 digits 0, 4, and we need to convert this to integer actually, or else just leave like this. We can convert that later point. Okay, just leave like this. Okay, and then we need to have a if condition here, right? Okay, just go for if condition. Okay, just click on this one. Just connect with if condition. If condition and go to the activities. So we have to write the if condition expression here. So we get the output of set variable for the year. Just click on the variables and click on the year. So we got the year here, right? So from this we need to compare. Okay, so we have a functions here. Just to try to get a grader function. Use a grader function. Okay, and then we have another parameter called 2020. So I am comparing whatever value getting from the year with 2020. If it is greater than 20, then whatever the if conditions, right, that will be executing. Okay, click on OK. So for the namesake, for the true or false, what I am doing is I'll be adding a wait condition here. Okay, if it is true, right, wait for 10 seconds or wait for 5 seconds. Go to the settings and select the number of seconds. Okay, and go back to the pipeline again. For the if condition, if it is false, use again wait for maybe 10 seconds. Go to the settings and click on and type 10 seconds. Okay, fine. Go to the pipeline back. Okay, now try to debug this one. We will see if it fails or if it runs. So if condition got failed, so if you see the get method, right, so last modified date we got one timestamp, that is okay, and set variable timestamp. So this is holding the timestamp, that is okay. And now we need to see whether this got okay. There is an issue, value 2 we got, but actually we need to get 2023. Let's see what happened in set variable, I guess. So 0, 4 I have to give, but I have given 0, 1. Okay, that is fine. And let us see, there is an error in the if condition also. The function greater expects two parameters of matching type. The function was invoked with the values of string and integer. Yeah, so as I said, right, so we are comparing greater function with this is string and this is integer. So what we have to do is we need to convert this to integer, and then we need to check that. Okay, let's use int here. Okay, now try to debug again. It's running. Okay, get metadata got ran fine. So we got the last modified timestamp. Also we got the set variable timestamp. This is also good. Just check that we got year properly. Yeah, 2023 we got fine. And if condition, if you can check that, right, this doesn't show anything. And wait for 5 seconds. If it is true, right, then it will go for wait for 5 seconds. If you see duration, after 5 seconds it will run. And that is set with the set variable. So basically set variables are we need to set the variables on pipeline level. Whatever the variables that we are using in the pipeline, right, so these variables values can be vary in the pipeline when we execute the pipeline, but we cannot reference the variable that is already existing. We need to create another variable and we need to use that. So we can also change the here, we can also try with booleans, and we can also try with array and integers. As an example, I show you a string, and so that is it with a set variable. Hope you like this video, and in upcoming videos I will explain about append variable. I think that's it. Thank you.